Hey everyone, welcome to Community Groups. And just heads up, you may hear some construction through that wall right there as we do this update. And that is because inside that room is being built our temporary auditorium where we're going to go in a few months while the permanent auditorium is being built. And do want to say, if you heard the announcement a couple weeks ago, we were really excited to announce that in our $15 million goal, $15.8 million came in. And just rejoicing that we went over the goal. Amazing response to the congregation. What that will allow us to do is take on less debt as we expand, as we need to take some construction loan to build the entire thing. And so anytime we're over, the more generous our church, the more it helps us reduce the debt load and move forward as fast as possible. And so thank you guys for your generosity. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you just for the great response. And looking forward to trying to, for the rest of our lives, continue to ask that question: what's first and best look like as we serve the Lord? This week, we jumped into a brand new series in the book of Ecclesiastes. It's really just an overview. We're flying over, we're moving throughout the book. It's an amazing, amazing book. It's a lot of fun because part of it is he's pessimistic, which I think some of us in New Jersey find kind of fun, and we get a little bit, and he's trying to figure it out. He's speculative, and there's a lot of just him wondering things, and he gets close and misses. And just really where he gets to at the end of the book is, hey, part of the real source of joy is remembering your Creator. And we talked about just two ways that us remembering our Creator protects us from a life of non-joy and also helps us to walk in a life of joy. One way, when we forget that we have a Creator, we tend to go past God's design and put weight on ourselves that we weren't designed to do. We're not designed to figure out our own, identity. We're not designed to figure out our own purpose. Those things are given to us by the Lord. God gives us a gift. God gives us mission. He gives us purpose. And the more we try to go past that, actually, the more discouraging we are. And we see it all the time in our culture. Sadly, there are so many people that are taught they need to define themselves, everything from, gender to gifts to overall. It just really does create a lot of misery. And maybe just where do you see people putting the pressure on themselves that they need to be the ones who define their lives, not God? And what happens when we put that pressure? And then there are others who don't realize the uniqueness of God's design for us, that we are the pinnacle of creation. We're made in His image. Every life has value. And as part of that, we realize we're different than the animals. We have every person a unique value. The Imago Dei is a human doctrine. It's not just Christians. That's why Christians care about things like we saw this past week, sanctity of human life. Because we realize every life matters to God from womb to tomb, and we're going to be people who love and care and share the gospel with every life. That's why we saw things like racism are such a sin, as we are thankful for the life of Martin Luther King Jr. We celebrated that as a culture last week. And so just the idea of where do we tend to see people miss joy? They either, go past the gift that we are the creation, God's the creator, or they don't go far enough into the reality that God is the creator and we're the creation, but the pinnacle of creation. And how, when you get that right, does it lead to true joy? What would be different about you if you could rest knowing God designed you, He made you, He puts boundary markers in good and pleasant places for your flourishing? And where are some examples in your life where you say, God says no to this, and this is actually for my good? So hope you guys have a great discussion and look forward to hearing how it goes.